dam in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Gun. Stop.
Right to the air is Burrow. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Burrow. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. This defense for the Jags, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. And
he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
11.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd down. Howell now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Open. The ball comes out, and the Colts pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Matt Judon. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Yeah, man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. But I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. One more time with Hall. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Howell, 3rd and goal. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points. They're by the wayside on that one.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Take it at about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go.
Here we go, here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11.
Burrow looking to pass. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Jags are going to take. Again at their own 37-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They go play action with Howell. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
3rd and long. Here's Howell. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 1st down. Here's Burrow. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11 empty.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. He's going to take another shot here. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Howell. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Breece Hall as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
On second down, a run with Hall. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Powell completing the quick throw out wide. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point safely through. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Matt Judon getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And he'll find Hall. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run with Hall. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On 2nd and goal, Powell under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This a 27-yard attempt here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 2-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run once more with Taylor. And he's got room. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 63 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. He's got Fuller. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fuller. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action with Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Jags are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. From near the goal line, here's Howell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man. Complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 94 yards. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game. Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here we go. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Burrow on 1st down. Open man is Uzama. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On second down, it's Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 71 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Fuller. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Again, it's Burrow. Now the ball comes loose, and the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it. That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
The point after is good, and the lead is down to 24. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That was a corner blitz, and it was Kyler Gordon getting in there for the sack. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Pulled in at the 24. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
Yes.
And now here is another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back to the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.